This is day 2 of the Money Show in Toronto, and we're live on location with Stephen Hawkins, the President and CEO of Horizons ETF. Stephen, welcome to SmallCapPower.
Thank you very much for having me here today.
So your marijuana fund just hit $1 billion recently. What do you think this means for the future of the marijuana sector?
Well, I mean, it just goes to show how much interest there is from investors, direct investors here at the Money Show as well. But the Canadian equity market space is evolving every single day. We see the marijuana sector growing every single day. There's more and more companies accessing the capital markets in Canada. And we're the largest asset management company in the world that is devoted to investing in cannabis through our ETFs. And this investor interest it's unprecedented from a new sector for the Canadian marketplace, for the global equity marketplace.
What do you think is going to happen once recreational cannabis is legalized in October? What do you think it means for the sector going forward?
I think everybody has sort of anticipated what's going on. It's kind of built into the marketplace right now. We've seen valuations at all-time highs for the cannabis companies out there. But really nobody knows what's going to happen. You know, we're super excited about actually seeing what's going to happen from a recreational use perspective. Right now, all it is medical sales. We're probably over $1 billion in annual medical sales in the cannabis space, but people are expecting like $5, $6, $7 billion of recreational sales just in Canada alone. And that's supposed to accelerate over the next 3 years, so there could be cannabis sales upwards of $20 billion on an annual basis. Putting that into perspective, the alcohol industry in Canada is only about a $20 billion annual sales target. So if cannabis is selling 25% of alcohol, you know, that's going to take a big bite out of the alcohol market.
So you think the current levels of investor interest are sustainable?
Absolutely. I think you know, there isn't a single day that goes by where there isn't a newspaper written article or a TV on BNN or Bloomberg News that is not talking about a cannabis stock, right? It's topical. It is top of mind for every single individual investor out there. Hence why we have the cannabis track here at the Money Show. It's now almost the marijuana show, you know. So we're super excited still. And we're just going to see what's going to happen with this marketplace.
Horizons ETF has indicated that you're going to introduce other marijuana ETFs in the coming months in the market. Anything else you can share on those plans?
Yeah, I mean, we're still working with our regulators, but we did file a prospectus for leveraged inverse and inverse leveraged marijuanas. We're the only provider of leveraged and inverse leveraged products in Canada in the ETF space. We felt that there's a lot of direct investors out there that want to play the game of buying in and shorting the marijuana marketplace. I mean, we have seen an unprecedented run in many of the marijuana companies. So giving investors, direct investors, options to be able to potentially sell marijuana companies short in a broader basket rather than taking the risk of one individual company. That's what we do with the ETFs, right? The ETFs provide a diversified portfolio of exposure against a broad group of companies. And through an ETF, whether you want to have very quick direct access from a tactical perspective, short-term view that marijuana companies are going to go up very quickly just tomorrow, then you can buy a leveraged ETF. And it'll buy our leveraged ETF. If you feel that marijuana companies are way overvalued and you want to short marijuana companies, then you can buy an inverse ETF that bets against the marijuana companies. But again, these are all going to be short-term tactical trading tools. So I emphasize short-term tactical trading tools because they're very unique, but they are for the direct investors. They're not for the faint of heart because you can see very large swings in the returns on a daily basis.
Wonderful. Stephen, wish you continued success at Horizons ETF. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here today.